treats for Halloween. We're going to focus on empanadas as well as buñuelos and chocolate. So let's get started with the empanadas. First things first, get a pumpkin. And you see the lovely innards of the pumpkin. We are at the halfway point, so it's time to flip the pumpkin. Flip the pumpkin. So now that we have the pumpkin roast in the oven, we're going to get started on the next step, okay? So this is going to be the seasoning. Traditionally, we would use something called piloncillo. Now, piloncillo is just brown sugar and some syrup that's kind of packed together and dried so that it comes out into a little cone shape just like this. We're going to do things a little bit differently, okay? We're going to try to do a no sugar empanada. Dun dun dun! I know, horrific. Ah! It is Halloween after all. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a simple syrup. All that is equal parts water and sugar. Except what we're going to do is we're going to add some wonderful seasonings. Start our empanada dough. So now that you've worked it a bit, let's see. We're okay. It is not scalding any longer. Now it feels a little wet to me, so all we're going to do is add just a little bit more flour to the mixture. This really is a your guess is as good as mine kind of thing. So I just get a little handful and sprinkle it around and just try to incorporate in there. That was probably maybe an additional tablespoon, I think. That was weird. Okay. It's Halloween up in here. Additional tablespoon. So all you're going to do then, we're going to let this bad boy rest in the refrigerator. So get a large Ziploc or just plastic wrap, whatever, doesn't matter, and wrap it up and put it in the refrigerator and let it chill for at least 30 minutes. And that's plenty of time given that we still have to deal with the empanada filling. Wow. Look at that, guys. Is that not gorgeous? We're going to take the pumpkin, we're going to take all the meat off, transfer it into this clay pot that I have. You can use whatever pot, I just happen to be using this one. Add the simple syrup to it, a little more seasoning, and put it on to cook down even further. So what we want to do next is want to take that simple syrup we had left over and just add all of that simple syrup to the pumpkin. Here is the water, the tea that we made, right? And we are also going to add that to the pot and flavor that so that it almost covers. And we're going to transfer all of, gosh, it smells so good, y'all, you don't even know it. We're going to transfer all this to the stove top, and we are going to cover it and let it cook on the stove for another, say, 20-25 minutes. Alright, so while we're waiting for the pumpkin to cook down to move on to our empanadas, we're going to focus on our buñuelos, okay? So in order to do the buñuelos, these are going to be the easiest thing you can possibly do, and we're going to even make them a little fun by creating some interesting shapes. All right, so first things first, we need to make sure that we have our cinnamon sugar mixture. So again, doing sugar-free, okay? So put a half a cup of Truvia, or sweetener, regular sugar if you want to. I ain't gonna be mad at you, that's all right. And then we're going to go over to our cinnamony honey, and we're gonna do 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Super easy. Tortilla mix. So what you're gonna do is follow the basic instructions. Because we want this to be super, super cinnamony and really, really awesome, what we're going to do, that are not according to instructions, is we're gonna add that half a cup from our tea mixture. Use a half a cup. Get in here. Oh my gosh, you guys have no idea. This smells so delicious. Get a half a cup of that cinnamon anise water. Put that in there, again, with the dough fork. Stir it around. Don't go in there with your hands, people. No emergency room visits this year, please. Perfect. Okay, so we'll put the tea aside. Again, we'll be using this later. And hey, if you want to have a sippy poo, by all means. Now we're going to move this to the cutting board. You want to knead this for about 5 minutes. Now that our buñuelos are finished, and we have their lovely buñuelos here that are shaped like pumpkins, ghosts, I think I have a few bats in there. Quick and easy, the easiest dessert that you can do for a Halloween party, right? We're gonna move on to the Champurrado, which is a really thick, delicious Mexican hot chocolate. And we are going to be using a traditional tool called a molinillo. Now a molinillo is just like a whisk, except you use it this way. This was actually made in Mexico. I've used it a million times. I love it. If you can find one, fantastic. If not, just use a whisk. No big deal. All right, so we have 2 cups left over of the anise and cinnamon tea that we made earlier. And we're going to be adding 2 cups of almond milk. Mexican chocolate actually has ground cinnamon sticks in the chocolate itself as well as sugar. So this is a sweetened chocolate, okay? So we're not going to do the dun 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 sugar free. This one's going to actually have sugar, but it'll be dun 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 dairy free. So we're still doing some good somewhere, right? And molinillo it away. You're going to let this simmer for a little while to allow the corn flour to continue to thicken up the champurrado. But basically, you've just made Mexican hot chocolate. And you can serve it along with your buñuelos. We're going to wrap up the empanadas, and then we'll be done. So there you have it, guys. You've got your buñuelos that are shaped like pumpkins, ghosts, ghouls, and goblins. You have your empanadas that are filled with delicious aromatic pumpkin filling that you made from scratch, and your delicious champurrado, rich, creamy Mexican hot chocolate. Man, you are going to be an absolute hit. Now I'm going to dig into these empanadas. Man, that dough is just soft but crispy on the outside. The filling is full of cinnamon, perfect sweetness, and guess what? Sugar free. Check it out. You should do this for your holiday party. I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you make all of these, okay? Talk to you soon. You're gonna be a hit at your party. I want to draw some.